For my presentation, I've decided to use Prezi to produce my poster. I was going to use another one, VoiceThread, but I just didn't feel that met the outcome that I was going for. So I wasn't going to try and make a square peg fit into a round hole. Instead, I was going to find an application that met uh, the outcome that I wanted, which was this poster. So, chose Prezi. I went with the roots of creation, online learning in a physical education class. I chose this tree because it needs a strong base of roots, which will be my philosophy and the kind of creation of my course. Strong foundation, and then it's going to need some things for me that symbolize the environment, management, good assessments, guidelines, all those things will kind of nurture and hopefully bring about well-rounded students that had a big part in their own learning and have really grown in their 21st century skills. That is a hot topic right now. So I'll take you through this. We'll start with my philosophy. Philosophy is that it should be a viable alternative to brick and mortar classes due to physical limitations, schedule conflicts, elite sporting competitions, for example, figure skating, gymnastics, and soccer, excessive absences for health concerns. This course should encourage or promote student autonomy, active participation, collaboration, and community building. Authentic assessments and acquisition of the 21st century skills that I had mentioned. My district has currently adopted the 4Cs, which are critical thinking, communication, collaboration, and creativity. My role would be as a guide on the side or a facilitator of learning by effectively managing online strategies rooted in student-centered, constructivist teaching methods, also establishing a nurturing environment where students feel connected and empowered to participate and take risks. The course would be student-centered with activities that are self-directed, authentic, self-created products, or presentations, and incorporate structured decision-making processes. The course would include differentiation and learning and training techniques for athletes and non-athletes. Collaboration and community building by providing opportunities to interact with peers and myself and to work individually and collaboratively in achieving goals. And like I said before, acquisition of 21st century skills, which enhance technology skills through the use of internet and other technology to engage in learning. The course would be a blended online PE course using a learning management system decided on by my school district, which is currently Moodle, with the possibility of changing to Schoology, which I have not used and not familiar with a lot of what it has to offer. But using mostly asynchronous communication tools, such as threaded discussion boards and voice threads, which allows time for reflection of dialogue, provides documentation of the intellectual path, and permits learners to engage in multiple conversations with individual control of topics and comprehension. Would also include monthly face-to-face physical fitness assessments measuring the 5 components of fitness. Bi-weekly assignments using screencasts, voice threads, and other Web 2.0 tools to include interviews with fitness and wellness professionals, including but not limited to yoga personal trainers, Planet Fitness, Gold's Gym, YMCA Lancaster, Universal Athletic Club, LA Fitness, Anytime Fitness, CrossFit instructors, Collective CrossFit, speed and agility trainers at Powertrain and McMillan's. Also, they could tour multiple fitness facilities and critique programs that offer for the different types of weight training, such as bodybuilding, powerlifting, circuit training, isometric, and high volume training. exploration of health and wellness or fitness profession. The exploration of various parks and recs in local municipalities, such as Manheim Township Parks and Recs, Lidditz Rec, Effort Rec, Lancaster Rec, and how they relate to the different stages of life fitness. They could explore university rec programs for current students at F&M, Millersville, Lancaster Bible College, or Hack, or any state school via the internet, and analyze how it might help improve with their mental health while dealing with the many new stresses of going to college. Discussion boards of various topics and allowing them to come up with the topics and manage those. Examination of features at various recreational areas in Manheim Township and how they relate to the components of fitness. Selecting sports science YouTube videos that interest them and analyze how the tests relate to the average person. And then finally, a comprehensive project with philosophy of their own personal health plan moving forward. Right. And again, they could use these different Web 1.0 tools to convey that authentic assessment. What do I need to do? The environment, my management, time management is a big one. I would need to, it is my busy schedule that is packed to the maximum that the contract allows, is to set a time to communicate with students each day. Deal with non-participation. Figure out what is causing the non-participation. Is it unrelated to the class? Do they need after-school hours for internet access? But they need to be expected to be held accountable for the work that they're missing due to the lack of participation. I need to manage generic replies by giving them sample discussions and examples of exemplary responses. Control the reading and writing skills by using multiple forms of discussion like video recording, speech to text, and maybe an adult or an academic supervisor to help them with some of their assessments as a proxy. I need to manage inappropriate comments or language and absolutely not tolerate bullying behaviors by referring to the school policy and use random grouping. Again, all of this kind of relates to the social presence. Even though I'm not there physically, I need to be involved in the course and interact with the kids to feel that I am there, giving them that social presence. Another big one, like I said before in the assessments, discussion boards. Okay, how am I going to assess them? I think it's important to have, allow for a great quality, giving minimum and maximum requirements, and having the students support their resources and their thoughts and their point of views, not just throwing them out there blindly. Quantity, setting up minimum requirements because they are new online learners. So they are not going to know what is a good amount to participate in to get the outcome. So I think there definitely needs to be minimum requirements for new online learners. Demonstrate the use of correct grammar, spelling, and punctuation. While that is important, my belief is it's more about the content being discussed than the correctness. But what I don't want them doing is talking in text language because, to be honest, I will have no idea what they're talking about. And the use of rubrics. I think things need to be black and white with high school kids, especially with online, and they will challenge everything if you give them the chance. So I think everything needs to be graded based on a rubric. And when you're managing those things, you will start to bear fruit, which are students that are autonomous and feel like they have put in to their learning, and it is individualized to them. My biggest ahas at this moment is the awesomeness of differentiating learning, the awesomeness of accessibility. What technology can do and leveling the playing field is unbelievable. And also reaching out and touching a lot of different types of students and knowing the different types of students that you're going to get in the online class. And then the online management, which I went over, it was very, very helpful in just dealing with a lot of issues that I've had to deal with blindly leading up to this point, but now going forward, have a much, much better understanding of how to manage online classes. Questions that I still have at this point, my fruit that's not yet ripe, it's still in work, is how to continually motivate students in high school to complete the course successfully. If everybody's doing this, they're again going to get oversaturated, and you're going to have to find new ways to continually motivate online learners. Training students on how to use these technological tools to complete the course. With a lot of this being new, they are going to need to be trained to use this stuff. What is the best way to do that? And then finally, when links to assessments or content go down and the module or your course needs to be modified on the fly, just had that this week. A couple kids alerted me that in the middle of the 7 days that they had to complete the assignment, some of the very, very important links went down, and now you're kind of thinking on the fly and managing that whole kind of disaster. So those are some questions I think I still have at this point. I wish you all well, enjoyed the class, and I hope to see you down the road.